welcome back to Phenomena, Season 4, Episode 2. Sorry, my voice is a little gone from the past weekend, but we carry on. Look at you. You made it back. Well done. Looks like your hunger for curiosity and education about phenomena is unsatiable. Is that the word? Insatiable? Anyway, good for you. Well done. Today, we're going to be talking about the Hector cloud, which I can't even begin to conceptualize what that could be about. My first thought is that maybe it's a natural phenomenon similar to lightning sprites, but I don't know. I don't know who this Hector fella is and why he has a cloud named after him, but let's find out, shall we? Ooh. Today's episode is written by our lovely co-producer, Jodelle. Thank you so much, Jodelle. Also, I'm Mimi Dibbs, and I always forget to mention that in the beginning, but if you don't know who I am by now, don't worry about it. Just kidding. I'm Mimi Dibbs. If you want to know who's talking, I'm Mimi. Think of yourself twice. Don't ever forget it. Cool. Let's dive right in. So, what's the most dangerous part of a major storm? This already is giving me natural phenomenon vibes. Sure, the rains, winds, and speed can all be deadly, but thanks to modern science, we can often evacuate or prepare for the worst. That only works, though, if the storm can be tracked. The real killer is unpredictability. Tornadoes that touch down without warning. That's how Dorothy got swept up and got to Oz, right? So tornadoes are dangerous. Flash floods that hit in minutes, hurricanes that suddenly change course. When storms catch communities off guard, they can wreak havoc. Yeah, I feel like that's like why we came up with so many ways to try to evacuate people ahead of natural disasters as early as possible so that we can avoid this unpredictability thing. But yeah, what happens if a storm can't be tracked? I don't know. Now, imagine a storm that does the exact opposite. One that shows up almost like clockwork in the same place at the same time every summer in the southern hemisphere. That's Hector. Who named Hector? A storm so predictable it's become a magnet for both tourists and meteorologists. Bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, no, I really didn't, because what? This one is the exact opposite. It's so predictable, happens at the same time. I guess that's why they had to name it. People go to see this storm. That is so fascinating. This is definitely a natural phenomenon. Called it. Cool. So quick pause for Phenomennouncements. This week, I wanted to take this Phenomennouncement time to announce again that we have a new spin-off show called Séance. The first episode is up on YouTube. It's also on Spotify because it's also part of the podcast. But it is me and some of my other creator friends, many of whom I've met on TikTok, that I've invited to have an interview type of show with me, seeing as Phenomena is mainly just me and the scriptwriter kind of kikiing back and forth. This one is more two people having an actual conversation. And it's mainly centered around what the guest's favorite phenomenon is and if they have any personal phenomenon experiences. But other than that, it's pretty unstructured in that it can kind of go wherever. And many of them are creators themselves and creatives. So yeah, I have no doubt that the conversations are going to be interesting either way. The first one is with our good friend of the pod, Sean, Hypocrite.inc. He co-hosts the Mostly Horror podcast. We always get so existential about our conversations, and this one was no different. I think the episode title is aliens, it's ghosts, aliens, and the meaning of life, which, yeah, we literally talk about all of that, and it's a good one. So check it out, and stay tuned. It's going to be once a month, so not as crazy of a schedule as Phenomena. Oh my God, I forgot the name of my show. Phenomena, where it's every week, but I wanted to just have another show where it's me and someone else talking. And I found it was a good way to cross-promote. And it specifically came about because for season 4, we have 4 dedicated writers. So we're not doing any more guest written scripts because we have our 4 amazing writers, co-producers, Ruben, Jodelle, Griffin, and Angel, who recently joined. So yay! Thank you so much. This show would be nothing without our amazing writers. Without further ado, let's get back into Hector and what's up with his unpredictable cloud and storm. And is it rain? Is it hail? Who knows? Is it lightning? Thunder? Maybe? Perhaps even? let's get into the lore. All right, to step back for a moment, let's talk about the lore, or lack thereof. From what we could find, there's no record of Hector before World War II. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Because did we bring it about? Is it something to do with chemical warfare? I hate that. I hate that it didn't exist before World War II. During World War II, Navy and Air Force officers traveling between Darwin, a city on the northern coast of Australia, and Papua New Guinea noticed something strange, a storm that showed up with almost supernatural consistency at 3 p.m. above the Tiwul Islands, T-I-W-L. Tiwul? How do you pronounce that? Tiwul Islands. It's like clocking in for its shift at 3 p.m. It's like, yeah, I gotta go do that storm thing. And then, what? And the fact that it like didn't exist before World War II is really, it's messing with me. It's insane because what do you mean? That's crazy. That's like, are we living in a simulation or not? Because what does that even mean? Anyway, the storm was so reliable that for decades, pilots and sailors used it as a natural waypoint for navigation. This sounds like something straight out of One Piece. Yeah, seriously, Jodelle, it sounds like an anime, or like it's like a narrative that's written. Locals even treated it like a timekeeper signaling late afternoon on the islands. It's like, yep, every day, or is it every day? Every year? Is it once a year? I don't know. I guess we'll get into that, but it's like clockwork. But if it's signaling late afternoon on the islands, I would think it's every day. Eventually, it earned the nickname Hector the Convector. Okay, nice. I was wondering why it was called Hector. I was like, is that who discovered it? What does convector mean? I don't know. Normally, storms only get names when they reach a certain intensity. Hurricanes in the Atlantic, typhoons in the Pacific, cyclones in the Indian Ocean. But Hector does not quite live up to the magnitude of its named peers. Instead, it has a unique honor of receiving the name for perfect attendance. But like perfect attendance only after World War II, which I'm still on, and I will not let that go because what do you mean? What caused it? Still, Hector isn't to be underestimated. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology. Okay, so it's on these islands. At first I thought it was like Southern Hemisphere. I thought like Southern United States, but it's not. It's like Southern Hemisphere of the world, the globe. So Australian Bureau of Meteorology calls it one of the most consistently large thunderstorms on Earth. It regularly climbs more than 12 miles, 19 kilometers, high, sometimes even brushing into the stratosphere, though not quite reaching the realm of sprites. Okay, yeah, because that's probably why people were able to see it without needing to be like above the clouds. Each summer, which is from September to March in the Southern Hemisphere, oh yeah, things are backwards in like the opposite side of the world, which is wild. The area is drenched in rain. The Tiwi... Oh, is it Tiwi? I thought it was Tiwul. No, but it's a Tiwi. Like Kiwi. The Tiwi Islands airport alone gets about 80 inches a year, more than double what Los Angeles receives. Well, Los Angeles is in California, so it's like we're kind of in a drought sometimes. So, that's interesting. Is that to say that the Tiwi Islands airport doesn't get much rain except for this one, like, storm? Even today, residents in Darwin, about 62 miles away, gather to watch it. Crowds line the city's edge to photograph Hector as it towers into the sky. From the distance, the storm has great vertical development and appears to look like a mushroom. I hate that. That's like, that makes me feel like it was like man-made. You know what I mean? That's too perfect. I don't like that, like, you could be like, oh yeah, that's Hector, it's rolling in. Like, what else does that? Does anything else have that level of predictability that's like natural? I don't think so. I know we can obviously predict when certain things are going to happen. Like we know when like we're going to see a comet, or we know when we're going to see like a blood moon or something. And we can predict to a certain number of days or weeks away or whatever. But this is like the same thing every either day or year. I still don't really know unless I wasn't paying attention to when I was reading it. But that's crazy. I don't know if I'd like that. I would feel like I'm like, is this man-made? Is this a simulation? I don't like it. And Jodelle added a photo of what it looks like. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to miss. The Hector cloud it's hectoring. All right. It is towering. It's massive. Hard to miss. It's crazy, but that's what it looks like. So let's get into the theories/science, because women in STEM, and also this is a natural phenomenon. So I guess we can back into it into what causes it from a scientific perspective, which I'm very interested because it's weird. Unlike the myths and mysteries we usually cover, Hector doesn't come with a dozen competing legends. This storm was documented in the modern era. Yeah, it took place it started somewhat in the modern era. That's crazy. And meteorologists have used it to dig into the mechanics of storm formation and investigate phenomena such as lightning and updrafts. Oh, interesting. I'm glad it's kind of helped us study more things. Similarly, I guess. There aren't wild theories or ancient lore to debate because scientists largely agree on how it forms. That said, understanding why Hector is so consistent is still fascinating, so let's break down the science behind this one-of-a-kind storm. Yeah, I truly don't think we have any other storms that are this predictable and weird. It makes me feel weird. I don't know why. The Hector cloud is so weird. It's too predictable. So how does Hector do it? Cue Ashanti, always there when you call, always on time. I forgot how that goes, but Ashanti is bae, so makes sense. The women in STEM may have guessed it already. Hector's clockwork routine comes from a unique local microclimate created by sea breezes and the pyramid-like shape of the Tiwi Islands. Wait, is it something to do with global warming then? I still don't understand the whole after World War II thing. What about World War II caused it or did it? Or is it just so happened to be around that same time? Jodelle included a photo of the Tiwi Islands, which I will put up on the screen, but it looks like the largest one is the Melville Island. It's by the Timor Sea. I don't know where this is at all. I guess it's near Australia. It's so specific. Here's how it works. Yes, let's get into it. The islands are surrounded by tropical marine air. In the morning, sunshine warms dry air over the land faster than the humid air over the sea. That warm, dry air expands, creating a low-pressure pocket above the islands that pulls in cooler, humid air from the ocean. Yeah, I feel like so much of weather-related stuff is hot versus cold, not getting to a middle ground fast enough, and then weird things happen in that middle ground between the tension of those two things, right? That's my understanding, at least. I'm not a meteorologist, clearly. I'm glad we have meteorologists to study things like this because otherwise I'd be are we getting cursed? Are we, what's happening? I wonder what the witches think this is. There really isn't any occult theories. I guess not because of the fact that it's so recent, we have science. So it's what are you going to theorize different things when you already have the scientific evidence to prove what causes it? So I guess that makes sense. By afternoon, sea breezes rush in from all sides. When they collide at the island peaks, they have nowhere to go but up. That rising air carries moisture with it, cooling and condensing into clouds. Okay, so clouds are crazy. Specifically because have you ever heard that clouds are 10,000 pounds or something? Heavy, they're heavy, but because they're water vapor, it doesn't matter. It's very weird. I still don't really understand it, but it's they're heavy, but they don't succumb to the same ideas or the same rules of gravity in that I don't know, but apparently clouds are really heavy. So I wonder how heavy the Hector cloud is because water, right? If you a jug of water is heavy. Water is heavy, but because it's in a gaseous form, it's you can't apply that for some reason. I don't get it. I wonder how heavy the Hector cloud is. Add instability to the mix and you get a towering convective storm. The name's convector. Hector, the convector. Oh, that's what convector means. It's a convective storm. Oh, I like how Australians were oh, oi, it's a Hector. It's a convector. So we can call it Hector, the convector. That makes sense. I think that checks out. Cool. Well, at least now we know why it's called Hector. That's very fascinating because most of the time I feel like it's named for whoever discovered it. But in this case, it's just a silly little rhyme. Love it. Okay. In closing, thunderstorms tend to be unpredictable, short-lived beasts, but Hector is different. Hector's reliability has made it one of the most studied storms in the world, a true ally to women in STEM. I kind of love that it's the very fact that it's reliable allows for us to be able to study it and then draw probably other scientific conclusions about other things, right? Because most of the time, with lightning sprites and stuff, we didn't even know they existed because they're so sporadic. I mean, when there's a thunderstorm, we can assume that they might be happening or are happening above the certain hemisphere. But it's the fact that this is so predictable almost seems like it's a freebie for the scientific community. It's like, hey, you want to study more about clouds and thunderstorms and maybe be able to have more time to analyze things like this? I guess that, I don't know, Hector came about. I still don't know why. That's crazy. I feel like it has to do with global warming. Like, why wasn't Hector a thing, or why wasn't the storm a thing above the Tiwi Islands before, right? Why did it happen after World War II? I think it's global warming. That's crazy that people are like, global warming is not real. And then it's like, but there's a storm that happens at the same time every year, super predictable. And it has to do with condensation and humidity and air pressure and warm and cold. And again, I feel like I'm in over my head because I don't understand the clouds even. I know cumulonimbus, and that's because of up. So thanks, up. I appreciate it. But other than that, I don't remember much about clouds. But I know now a convector storm is a thing. So that's fun. If you take nothing away from this episode, just know that Hector is a convector storm. And you'll sound really cool and knowledgeable in group settings. So you're welcome. But yeah, using satellite imagery and computer models, scientists have been able to study how air moves, how water vapor interacts with winds high in the atmosphere, and even how lightning forms. But here's the catch. Climate change may make storms more intense or wipe them out entirely. The truth is, we don't yet know what those impacts will be or what they'll mean for Hector or for us until they change, until they take shape. Dun, dun, dun. I thought it was as a result of global warming. Is it not? Or like the more global warming changes, it'll affect it? I want to know more about why it happened after what happened after World War II that caused the winds to be different. Not the winds, sorry. The atmospheric humidity and condensation in that area to be different around that time, and why it wasn't different before. This is interesting, but really crazy, because I had no idea this was a thing. Yay, let's add it to our natural phenomena list. I love it. At least with these, it's like the theories are like proven. Like we know what causes it. We just don't really know why. And that's the whole phenomenon of it. We don't know why it was brought about. We know how it's made, how it forms. We just don't know why it formed. That's really wild. If you yourself are interested in checking it out and going to the Tiwi Islands, clearly there's like a whole, it's probably like a party full about it that you can attend or join that will be like, yo, we're all meeting up to see the Hector cloud, you in? You could probably like carpool with people. But if you are interested in going to see it, check out our Expedia affiliate link at expedia.com/affiliates/phenomena/season 4. You guessed it. Not season 3, season 4. Because it's a new season. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new season for me and you. Use that Expedia affiliate link to book your next trip. It could be for anything, but specifically if you want to go see the Tiwi Islands yourself in the Southern Hemisphere, definitely use that link. But use it to go anywhere. It'll help Expedia know that we're helping them get people to book them. And usually they tend to be like a little cheaper, especially if you want to like package things, right? That's my understanding at least. So yeah, check them out. Pokepic for this week. Yay, the second Pokepic of season 4. Let's get into it. It is Landorus, the abundance Pokemon. I love it. That's great because I was wondering like when we were going to use either Thundurus or Landorus or what's the third one? I don't remember. But yeah, these were very big in Pokemon Arceus, Arceus. I don't know. People pronounce it different ways all the time, but one of my favorite Pokemon, is my favorite Pokemon game, is Pokemon Arceus, is how I say it, but you know what I mean. It's an open world Pokemon. It takes place in like feudal times. It doesn't have gyms. It instead has little different land types that you have to go to. And one of the like main things toward the end is that you have to catch all 3 of these. And Landorus is the abundance Pokemon, or the Pokedex entry says, when the incarnations of wind and lightning clash, Landorus arrives to quell the conflict. After the tempests and thunderbolts abate, the land is sure to be blessed with bountiful harvests. Oh, I didn't know he was like the mediator between the other two. That's interesting. I like that. He looks like a little genie. He's like, how can I help? Hey, stop the fighting. Hey, relax. Now it's time for bountiful harvest. So, love that. Great Pokepic, Jodel. Well done. I agree with this wholeheartedly. And he's like on a cloud. Is he on the Hector Cloud? Who knows? We, I'm sure, as many of you probably know by season 4, we have an email, and that is phenomena.cases@gmail.com, even though most of everywhere else we've changed our name to just Phenomena Podcast, because that is what we are. That is who we are at our core. We used to have the account name like Phenomena Cases, but so yeah, even though it's Phenomena Podcast everywhere else, it's still phenomena.cases@gmail.com for our email, because it is mainly used for you to send in your phenomena or your personal experiences with any phenomenon. So it's the cases. It's our way to kind of keep track of all the cases that you guys send in. Be sure to email us if you have any personal cases, or if you have any cool stories you want to share about weird thunders, or if you yourself have seen the Hector Cloud. Definitely comment, like, subscribe, turn on the bell button on YouTube and whatnot. Check us out everywhere. Leave a comment on Spotify if you can. That's always fun. Definitely engage with us, because I love to engage with people. And anything that you comment, I will 100% reply to. And that's a promise, because I love when people comment. It gives me like people to like talk to about it, because like here I am with all these ideas and perspectives and questions, and then it's like, who do I talk to about them? I need an outlet. So y'all are my outlet. Let me know what you think so that I can let you know what I think, and we can engage in this discourse. Speaking of Discord, though, we do have a Discord. We have a Patreon, and on our Patreon, it is pinned at the very top, our Discord link. So check out our Patreon. It's in the links section of our YouTube, but it's also like patreon.com/Phenomena Podcast. So if you look that up, you should be able to find it. I post the every week's pokepic and my favorite GIF on there, seeing as on the video version of the podcast, I put GIFs on the screen. And usually I have a favorite one that I want to immortalize forever. And so I'll put that up on there. And then also Patreon is where you get early access to new content like our new spin-off series, Phenomena Séance, as well as other random bonus content. Like John and I had a bonus episode where we opened up his Pokemon like card packs, and we didn't know any of the names because it was all in Japanese. It's a fun episode. Check it out. But that one is on YouTube now. Patreon just gets you like early access to things. We have a $2 tier, a $5 tier, and a free tier. So any one of those tiers is great. Definitely check our Discord out, because we also talk about the pokepic and favorite gifts, and then any other things. And also, I will be Twitch streaming the game Cult of the Lamb every Monday, and I think I'm going to add Thursdays as well, because it's a really fun game and I want to get better at it. It's really fun and awesome, and the audio engineering of the game is fantastic. The visuals are great. Highly recommend. Come check it out. I'll stream it live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, so you can check it out anywhere, but definitely follow us on Twitch if you're interested in like joining the overall chat. But you can also chat on YouTube. I'll get to see all the chats, so I'll be able to reply. Definitely check it out if you're interested in joining our live stream of that game. And then I know the new Pokemon A to Z is coming out, so TBD on whether or not we're gonna live stream that one. But definitely we're still live streaming Cult of the Lamb, so that's fun. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, and then we Twitch stream every Monday and potentially Thursday. That one's TBD, but definitely every Monday. So yeah, set your reminders. And then next week's episode, next time on Phenomena, we'll be talking about the Kraken. Yes, Kraken. That one is going to be written by our amazing writer, Griffin. He is our resident kind of cryptid writer. And I don't know if the Kraken is technically a cryptid, but I do know that it is kind of like the lore of the Kraken is in and of itself kind of a phenomenon. And I'm sure it stems from some sort of sighting of either a giant squid or something along the lines of like something with tentacles that has to do with like a sea monster, which is why I don't trust the sea and I will never go on a cruise, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, it's not here, it's there. And there being next week's episode, because I'm sure I'm going to talk about how much I hate the ocean and deep sea on next week's episode. So definitely check it out. And remember, you can always explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down. Stay vigilant, keep one foot in reality at all times, make sure that you have multiple people with different perspectives in your life to talk with, so that you don't get stuck in an echo chamber that just reinforces your beliefs. Make sure that you're always seeking knowledge and truth. Women in STEM. Cool. See you next week. Bye.